These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Craig McKee with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. And it is day 20 here of the federal government shutdown, which is now the third longest shutdown in American history, with each week brings new impacts as well, including new challenges now for America's judiciary. Today, the Supreme Court began shutdown procedures, as did federal courts across the country. Up until this point, the federal judiciary was actually relying on existing funds to avoid impacts. Those funds, however, ran out over the weekend. A memo from the U.S. court says until the ongoing lapse in government funding is resolved, federal courts will maintain limited operations necessary to perform the judiciary's constitutional functions. Senators were back on Capitol Hill today, but there are few signs that lawmakers are close to any compromise to reopen the government. Both parties remain in a standoff over health care subsidies.
I refuse to allow us to come back and engage in anything until the government's reopened, when the Democrats do the right thing for the people.
We haven't heard anything from Donald Trump or the Republicans over the last few weeks. They have gone radio silent since the Oval Office meeting.
The ramifications of the impasse continue to be felt across the federal workforce, of course. Senate staffers will no longer be paid for the rest of the shutdown, and the federal agency overseeing the U.S. nuclear stockpile furloughed most of its workforce today. We're following up now on the standoff over an Arizona congresswoman. The Speaker of the House is still refusing to swear in Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva. State election officials officially certified her win last week. Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays is expected to file suit in the coming days.
We are not in legislative session. The chronology is important. Rep. Grijalva won her race in, I think it was the last week of September, after we had already gone out of session. So I will administer the oath to her, I hope on the first day we come back.
The House has been out of session since September 19th, and Johnson has vowed to keep House lawmakers out until Democrats in the Senate vote for a Republican proposal to fund the government. A pedestrian is in the hospital after being hit by a car early this morning. Taking a look at the scene here, police tell us they were hit by a driver near 27th Avenue in Campbell, just south of Camelback. Thankfully, that person is expected to survive. We are told the driver did remain there on the scene and did not show any signs of impairment. Today, a man accused of following a woman into a public restroom in Surprise and stabbing her made his first appearance in a Maricopa County courtroom today. 26-year-old Raid Al-Mansouri is also accused of stabbing two women in Phoenix and also has possible ties to a murder in New York. The Maricopa County Attorney's Office is indicting him now for multiple crimes in Arizona, including attempts to commit first-degree murder. Today was just a pretrial hearing. His next court date is in December. A cold case nearly a decade old has been solved. The suspect accused of stabbing a man to death in Phoenix has been extradited back to the United States from Mexico, where authorities say he'd actually been hiding out for years. Today, ABC15's Fort Hatchett spoke with the victim's family and detectives as they finally get some closure. People in Arizona are already catching the flu. According to the latest data from the Arizona Department of Health Services, there are over 100 confirmed cases in Arizona this month, 42 reported in the last 2 weeks. Arizona had a massive flu season last fall and winter with more than 75,000 confirmed cases, more than double what is typical in the state. One of your best line of defenses, getting the flu vaccine. Following up now on the cleanup effort still underway at the Phoenix Zoo. Good news here, zoo lights will go on as planned. The zoo posting this video here on social media showing this gigantic crane over the weekend lifting the iconic Christmas tree from the lake. Crews will begin restoring it before Zoo Lights gets underway next month. Zoo reported thousands of dollars in damages from that storm last week. It wasn't just this tree. As for Zoo Lights, it's on schedule to open November 26th.
Tracking your forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens. Things are warming up. We've got high pressure bringing the 90s back into our forecast tomorrow here in the valley. We'll start the day at 64 degrees, hit 83 at noon, and then top out at 91 around 4 p.m. Just a little bit above that normal, the 30-year average of 88 degrees. We're also going to filter in some clouds late in the day. We've got a storm system offshore that is going to be working its way in and bringing a little bit of moisture. So a slight chance of isolated sprinkles really as this passes through. I'm not expecting much measurable rain across the state. We're also going to pick up some winds, so things are going to get breezy on Wednesday, and then high pressure will return as we head toward the weekend. So here's what it looks like on your 7-day forecast here. A couple of days in the 90s, a slight chance for a few random sprinkles Tuesday and Wednesday. Breezes pick up in that Wednesday forecast, and those winds usher in some cooler air. We drop into the mid-80s Thursday and Friday before climbing back to about 87 on Saturday as high pressure starts to build in again.